I mean, I don't like Caleb playing. He doesn't like me. I've been waiting to beat his ass since the first day I met him. My only mission is to go in there and actually put a beating on Caleb Plant. I want to go in there and I want to make a statement for him and for everybody at 168. I feel like the only way this fight can end is in a knockout. I don't think I could be any more motivated than I am now. But you're gonna see what's gonna happen on March 25th. I got something for his ass.
March 25th, you ain't gotta worry about me pulling out.
Show up, show up, show up.
I'm gonna show up.
Take care of those fresh again.
Yep.
Okay, show up.
Because remember, this ain't my first big fight.
Wanna see you.
This ain't my first one. I've been here before, and I've done it.
Show up.
And when I show up on weight, and I don't test positive for cocaine neither. So don't worry about me
Been
showing
knocked the
up.
fuck out already, but Canelo pushed you
Don't-
to sleep. That's
don't-
exactly what I'm gonna do to you too.
Hey,
Boy, you're fucking.
at the highest level,
At
great
the highest
fighters
level,
fight
you
great
still hit like
fighters.
a bitch. You got 13 fucking knockouts
Say
already.
what?
Fucking fight. You hit like a little bitch.
Ask Anthony
What
Durrell.
you
What I
do
do to Anthony
something?
Durrell?
Finally, the fight we have all been waiting for. Two legends in the making, David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. They will both step in the ring together in a battle to challenge the current super middleweight champion, Canelo. This fight will take place on the 25th of March at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, which will be televised on Showtime pay-per-view. Now let's look at an overview of both of the fighters. David Benavidez. He's quite well known for his knockouts and he's currently undefeated. He previously won the WBC belt back in September 2017 against Ronald Gavril. He was unfortunately stripped by the WBC because of a positive cocaine test. Luckily for him, he managed to reclaim the title in September 2019 when he went against an intensive bout against Anthony Dirrell in the 9th round. As history has a tendency to repeat itself, he unfortunately got stripped once again of the title when he failed to make weight in his next fight against Romer Alexis Angelo. Caleb Plant, on the other hand, he's really impressed me throughout the years with his movement, his phenomenal boxing IQ. Plant had won the IBF championship belt in January 2019 and he has defended that belt 3 times until he got unlucky against Canelo Alvarez and he got knocked out in the 11th round, which led to him losing the IBF world title. In 2022, both fighters had fought only once. In October, Caleb Plant had fought Anthony Dirrell, which was a huge comeback fight after his only loss to Canelo Alvarez. This is the same guy who Benavidez also fought and had stopped in round 9. This was a huge comeback for Plant because his last bout was against Canelo, which he lost. And he as well, just like Benavidez, won the fight in the 9th round. But the only difference here is Caleb Plant did it in a better fashion. He knocked him out with a devastating left hook and a head combination, which left everybody completely shocked. In May, David Benavidez fought David Lemieux and had won in a devastating fashion, stopping him, making it look very easy. This fight is a very interesting bout with two absolutely different styles, and it could reveal a lot about the current state of the super middleweight division. An example can be how David Benavidez can be considered a huge threat to Canelo. And what's interesting here is, we know that Canelo can beat Plant, which he done previously. The question that arises here is, will Benavidez be able to do the same to Caleb Plant if he is truly a threat to Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds? What's more intriguing here is, if Plant manages to win this fight, he could potentially have this rematch with Canelo Alvarez and get the opportunity to redeem his only loss. When you look closely at the records, their history, and the clash of styles, Benavidez has been his own worst enemy on many occasions, as his own faults had led him to being stripped of the WBC belts, and due to how complacent he can be, this could potentially be a cause for Plant to win this fight, as he's very disciplined and is overall, I'd say, the better boxer in terms of movement, footwork, and solid understanding of range. Caleb Plant is also very good with counterpunching. He always finds a way to trick his opponents into a false sense of security, making the fight go however he wants. However, Benavidez, despite him not being the smoothest boxer, he is very skillful. He uses a great combination, has a solid jab, and uses a wide variety of offensive tricks with a strong-minded approach. Benavidez has been known to be very accurate and strong, and finds a way to overwhelm opponents with prolonged pressure and the pace he brings to the fight. Despite all of the controversies, When it comes to the ring, Benavidez is an absolute beast with brutal power and is yet to be defeated, as he has a phenomenal record of 26 wins, including 23 by knockout and no losses. On the other hand, Caleb Plant has a record of 22 wins, including 13 by knockout and 1 defeat, as mentioned previously in this video. What makes this fight more intriguing is that Caleb Plant had struggled against the attributes that Canelo brings to the table, this being his cumulative strength, his physicality, and a great timing, which unfortunately for Plant, this falls under Benavidez' greatest attributes as well. This is why, overall summing the points up, this may be a very tricky fight for Caleb Plant, as arguably, Benavidez is the stronger and more aggressive fighter who brings in the pace consistently despite him not being as skillful and clever as Plant. And this is exactly what makes this matchup so much more interesting. So for my overall prediction, how I truly see this fight going on is that Caleb Plant will start off really well and shine under the spotlight, but Benavidez will use his attributes in the later rounds, which could potentially lead to the downfall of Caleb Plant, especially if he gets caught with a hook like he did against Canelo. For my overall prediction, this fight will not go to the judges' scorecards, as it's a super competitive fight, and I am picking David Benavidez to defeat Caleb Plant by a 10th round stoppage, as he will bring in pressure and Caleb Plant is likely to struggle against this. So that's the prediction for you guys, 10th round stoppage win by David Benavidez. However, if Plant manages to pull an upset by defeating Benavidez in this fight, it will not surprise me, because he's a much improved fighter since his loss against Canelo. So it will be interesting to hear your views, guys. Please subscribe to our channel for more boxing content, and comment below who do you think will win and whether the winner of this fight should get a shot at fighting the undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez.